Hi, Cancer. My name is Darlene Dotson, and this is your Destiny of Truth for January of 2021. On the first, Cancer, we have Mercury in Capricorn in the seventh house, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in the ninth house. And what that means is you're going to have to do some work to utilize that energy. That energy isn't just going to come to you. It's an energy that you're going to have to use. Now, what it pretty much means is Cancer, you're very creative in publishing, broadcasting, let's see, long distance travel could be happening. It's also could be, let's see, long distance traveling. Oh, higher education. It could also be your philosophies. Okay. But you're good at communicating them with partnerships that you are in. And this is on the first, because Mercury is, all about thoughts. It's all about communications within the partnerships that you have in your life, and you're communicating your philosophies, your dreams, your plans. These are things that you're communicating or even thinking about. Now, on the fourth, again, Mercury in Capricorn in your seventh house is conjunct Pluto in Capricorn in your seventh house. And your partnerships are going through a big transformation. And it's all because of communication. You know that communication has to be in a partnership. And in order to transform a partnership, you know that communication has to take place with your feelings and how they're feeling and what their thoughts on are in the direction that the relationship is going. But it's only going to happen with communication. Now, on the 6th, we have Mars entering Taurus after Mars has been in Aries for a long, long time. And believe me, he's raised some havoc. Well, Mars is now in Taurus, and for you, this is your 11th house. And you're going to be taking action in your friendships with your desires, your hopes, your wishes, the groups you belong to. This is where your actions are going to be taking place now for the next 30 days. Then on the 8th, we have Mercury entering Aquarius in your 8th house. And you're going to be thinking a lot about your most intimate relationships, about taxes, wills, death, all the things that a lot of people don't like to think about in life. You could be taking an interest in astrology, or you could be taking an interest with the tarot, but you're definitely, looking at things that a lot of people don't like to partake in at this particular time. Then on the 8th, we have Venus entering Capricorn into your 7th house. And why Venus is in Capricorn, you're going to be more focused on partnerships in your life. And Cancer, that's always the case with you. You're always focused on the partners in your life. Now, the sun is in Capricorn in the 7th, and that's sextiling Neptune in in Pisces in the ninth. And you're going to be, talking more about your philosophies with your partnerships. You're going to be sharing your creative vision, um, so to speak, whether that be on the internet, philosophies, higher education, but you're going to be sharing all of this within your partnerships. And again, you're going to have to do some work. And I mean, like if you're a teacher, okay, you're going to be putting a more creative spin into how you teach right now, especially with the pandemic. That's just one way. Then, if on the 8th, also, we have Mercury in Aquarius in your 8th house, but that's squaring Mars in Taurus in your 11th house. And your most intimate thoughts, okay? And, you're voicing them, your most intimate part of you, or you could be thinking about it, they don't match the actions that you're taking with your dreams. They don't match the actions that you're taking with your friendships or the groups that you belong to. You've got to get your thoughts and your actions on the same page here. Now, on the 9th, we have Venus in Capricorn in your 7th house, and that is trine Mars in Taurus in your 11th house. Well, this is an easy energy. You can be lazy and just let it pass you by, or you can use this energy on the 9th and you can see that the actions of your friends that you're taking by, that you love it. You love the actions that your friendships are taking, or you love the actions that you're taking with your dreams and your hopes and your wishes. But the only thing is that Mercury is in your 8th house, and that's conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your 8th house. And whatever Saturn is touching, it restricts. And right now, it's restricting your voice and your thoughts. Yes, they're there, but you really don't want to share them just yet because that's the most intimate part of you. And let's face it, Cancer, you have a hard time sharing the most intimate part of who you are with others. Now, on the 11th, oh, sorry, that was, yeah, uh, on the 12th, we have Mercury in Aquarius in the 8th house, squaring Uranus in Taurus in the 11th house. And let's face it, okay, I just told you, you have a hard time sharing your most intimate thoughts. Well, it's time to change this. You need to share these thoughts with your friendships in order to accomplish those dreams and aspirations that you have. You need to share who you are. It's time to change things. And in order to change it, you're going to have to share this intimate part of yourself that you don't like to share. Now, on the 13th, we have Mars in Taurus in your 11th house, and that's squaring Saturn in Aquarius in your 8th house. And again, Saturn's trying to restrict your actions of sharing with your friends, sharing your dreams and your aspirations. Or, he's restricting your movement. He wants you to really think about it and to think about your most intimate relationships and how you can put action into these relationships. Then you have that Venus in Capricorn in the 7th house, trining Uranus and Taurus in your 11th house. And again, this is a trine. You can be lazy about it and let the energy pass you by, but it's an energy that you can utilize without even thinking about it. But you have to really, use the energy because, like I said, it can pass you by just by being lazy because it's something that comes natural to you and you don't even give yourself credit for it. But you can change your friendships, you can change your dreams, you can change your hopes and your wishes. The only thing is, you've got to put that love into partnerships. You've got to put that love into what you want to accomplish within that partnership. But again, it's something that you just do naturally. It comes easy to you. And you've got to be willing to change it in order to utilize that energy. Now, on the 14th, we have Uranus going direct in Taurus in your 11th house. So, why there hasn't been a lot of changes happening in your dreams and aspirations and your friendships and the groups that you belong to, you are definitely going to start seeing changes happening in that area of your life. And I think with the sun in Capricorn in the 7th house, conjunct Pluto in Capricorn also in the 7th house, that you're going to be doing a lot of these changes. Okay. You want transformation in your partnerships. You are invested into transforming partnerships. Now, realize a partnership is just not your intimate relationship, it could be your work life. Okay. Because that is a close partnership. Now, on the 17th, we have Jupiter in Capricorn in your 8th house. And that is squaring Uranus and Taurus in your 11th house. And these issues that are expanding in your intimate relationships are bringing the change that you need, to your hopes, to your aspirations, to the groups that you belong to your friendships, because it's been a long time coming, that with these transformations that you need to make. And the 8th house, that's your most intimate relationship. Could deal with other people's money, wills, could be dealing with death. Now, the thing I like about the 8th house, it could be dealing with the death of yourself. And I don't mean a physical death. I mean a death that needs to happen as the old way of being in order for the new you to be born. And believe me, the sun on the next day on the 9th house enters Aquarius, and that is your 8th house. And it's resurrection time. It's time for you to rise above and let go of what is no longer working in your life and leave it behind. Because on the 20th, you have Mars and Uranus conjunct in Taurus in your 11th house. And it's time for you to put those actions in to changing your dreams, to changing your aspirations, the groups you belong to, your friendships. These are things that you definitely need to change. Then on the 22nd, you have Mars in Taurus in your 11th house, squaring Jupiter in Aquarius in your 8th house. And the actions that you are putting in to your hopes and your dreams and your aspiration are challenging other people's money that you handle. It's, expanding these issues in these intimate relationships. You're just done with the old way of being, in these intimate relationships that have been challenging you. You're just ready to move on with a future that has hope and has promise for you to grow. And that's where you're moving to in your actions. Then on the 23rd, we have Venus in the seventh house, in Capricorn, sextiling Neptune in Pisces in your ninth house. And with that happening, you have Venus, okay? I mean, that's your love of your partnerships, the money that the partnerships bring in, whatever way. But you're being creative within this partnership. That is your ninth house. And just so you know, the ninth house is a Sagittarius naturally ruled house, which the ninth house is also government. So you're being very creative here with what's happening, you know. Then on the 23rd, you've got the Sun conjunct Saturn in Aquarius in your eighth house. And pretty much you feel like your eighth house, the other people in your life that you are in these intimate relationships, are holding you back. They're not letting you be who you want to be. They're not letting you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So on the 26th, again, we have the Sun in the eighth house, and that's squaring Uranus. You need to change direction. You need to change those dreams, the groups you belong to. They are holding you back. It's not, they're fixed in their attitudes. They're fixed with how they deal with their money. And you want change in these areas. You need a change in the area that deals with your money, and in order to do that, you're going to have to change your hopes and your aspirations. You're going to have to change the groups you belong to. It's time for you to deal with things in your own way. Now, on the 28th, we have the moon in Aquarius in the eighth house, conjunct Jupiter in the eighth house in Aquarius. And this is a day that those issues are going to expand that you have been having in the eighth house with other people and their money. You're just at the point where you're not going to be dealing with this anymore. You want something different with your intimate relationships. If it's good, then yes, it'll be expanded in a good way. But if it's been the same old, for years, you're done, okay, on this day. Then 2 days later, on the 30th, Mercury is going to be retrograding in your eighth house at 26 degrees. So it's going to give you time to rethink, redo, revamp of what you want in your most intimate relationships. It's not a time to change things up, okay? It's a time to rethink what's not working, rethink about what you want to do, because your mind's muddled about it right now. So it's not a time to make a choice. It's time to revamp what isn't working, okay? to make a plan, not to implement the plan, but to make a plan about what you want in the future. Well, Cancer, that is you, okay, for the month of January. You are rethinking about what you want as far as your own dreams and aspirations. You're tired of lifting other people up in their aspirations and not getting anything in return. You feel like you've been caught on that mouse wheel, just going in circles and not getting anywhere, but helping other people get somewhere. Now, for the month of January, I am using the goddess cards, okay? And I'm shuffling right now to see what we pull for the goddess cards for Cancer for the month of January. Okay, and I just got the card. I feel it. It's healing, okay? It's time for you to heal yourself, okay? You give, and others take from you. Well, it's time for you to realize, Cancer, that people are going to continue to take from you as long as you're willing to give it. It's time for you to heal that part of you, that you've been giving to others with it not being returned. I watched a video the other day, and it was a gay guy. They can always make you laugh. And it was about men, okay? But Cancer, it could pertain to you in every part of life. You have got to stop giving when people aren't reciprocating, okay? If they're not giving you the same amount that you put into them, then why are you giving them that part of you? You've got to learn to take it back. If people continually take from you and they don't give, then you're going to have to learn to stop. You've got to heal yourself. You've got to heal your own foundation. You've got to build a foundation that supports you, okay? And a foundation that supports you is a foundation that supports you emotionally, physically, and financially. And by financially, I mean, no, you can't expect another person to financially support you. Now, if you're working for an employer that is not financially supporting you, then it's time to look for another employer, okay? Because they need to give you what supports you financially. Partnerships, the same thing. If it's a man, okay? If you're pouring everything into them and they're giving you nothing back, then it's time to let that partnership go, to find a partnership that will support you in what you want to do with your life. And this is what I mean by healing. We drew Gula. And Gula wants you to heal because you're a natural healer. So people are naturally drawn to you because they feel healed with you. But you have got to heal yourself first and stop letting everybody take from you, because you can't heal people that want to take from you. Let's face it, okay? You can only heal people that want to heal themselves. So you have to stop and give to yourself. So, All right, Cancer, that is your month for January of 2020. And again, this month is all about you looking at your dreams and your aspirations and the most intimate relationships in your life, and if they're supporting you. Thank you and have a great day. Bye bye.